Right, to all you DIYers out there, I've seen a lot of you doing this, working in an old house, trying to get the paper off the ceiling, off an old, lard and plaster ceiling. Absolutely pointless. By the time you've taken this off, you'll come to find it's been papered for a reason, and that reason is it looks crap. And if you put a steamer on it, you're going to ruin it anyway. So forget that. Here's what we're going to do. So step one, PPE. This is a base camp mask. 7 layers of protection on this. Get that on. That's step one. Don't be breathing any of this crap in. Step two, if you look up here, Sam, what I can see is a larve going that way, which is going to mean the joists are going that way. So what we're going to do is find our joists on either side, and that side. Then we're going to run a line through, because all we're trying to do now is find the frame that's in behind this ceiling. So what do I mean by that? Let me break it down. There's going to be individual bigger pieces of wood going through this ceiling, which is keeping the ceiling up. That's what we're going to screw into. So here we go. First one there. Should be about 400 apart at this age of house, I would say. There we go. There's the edge of the second one. So now, what we're going to do is find those all the way along both ends. Bye. Right, I'm actually doing this a bit of a different way now, because whacking those holes in the ceiling was causing so much mess. But they're all pretty regular sizes in between the joists, so it's about around 35 centimetres. So all we're doing is measuring off the last one, make a little mark, get your screw. There we go, straight into a nice meaty joist. Sorry. Again, they're there or thereabouts, so might not hit this first time, might take a couple of tries. There we go, that one's missed. But I think he's about there. Bosh! Nice meaty joist. Lovely. Right, so as said previously, we've now found all of our joists. So either end, so we've got mark here, mark there, all the way along. And you come over to this side, same thing, marks all the way along the joists. Next step now is string line. So nice big line of chalk, and me and Sam are going to show you the next stage. Right, so now all we do is run our chalk line through. Go on, Sam, give it a good. Lovely. And there we have it as our line to work to. Next one. There we go, that's what we're trying to achieve. Unfortunately, we haven't got much chalk, but that has given us an outline or lines to work to. He's a fighting man, this guy. Yep. Right, so we've got our lines to work to, so we found our joists. Now all we need to do is cut some board. So, I mean, DIYers out there, you might want to work with smaller boards. But for us, so 224, boards are 240. $224, perfect. Right, let's transfer that to the board. Right, so now all we're doing is transferring the measurement we made on the ceiling to the board. So it's 224. There we go, 224. Little trick I use, instead of going back there, just measure the size of that, which is 15.6. Put that on there. And literally, what you don't want to do is be pressing too hard. So, level or straight edge, go point to point. Nice and gently. Push that through. Cut the back of the paper. Simple. Right, that's it cut to size. Now we're going to get it up on the ceiling. Go for it. See if she fits. All right.
Yeah, that's good, yeah.
Right, there we go. So, at the moment, it's just enough in there to support it, but as you can see, we're just following with the screws, the lines that we've made, and I like to put 6 or 7 per line. Right, so another little tip for you. What you don't want to do is cut this one next. We want to put this one in and make sure that we're keeping it. What I've done is I've marked this line with a level and just make sure we're running this one along that line. And so if you try putting this one up, you get it slightly wrong, it's going to lead to you having to cut every single board on the ceiling, which obviously we don't want. We want it to run nice line here, which is going to lead to a nice line when we put this next section up. So there you go. Right, just while Sam's up here doing this as well, what you always want to do where possible is the edge that you cut wants to be the edge you put against the wall, because if we've got a flat edge going to a flat edge here and the machine edge here, that means we know that this here should be square. So it's all about keeping it square, running it through. Right, so there we go. One nice boarded ceiling. Show them around it, Sam. What you want to do is make sure your joints, you know, where they join up to each other, are really as good as possible. I mean, there is such a saying as the plasterer will get over it, but we prefer not to have crack points if possible. And another thing is, forgot to mention earlier, to stagger your joints. So what I mean by that is, here, obviously we've got a joist running all the way through here, but what we don't want is our board line joining up here and going all the way down a joist. That's a big no-no and a big crack point. So as you can see here, they've all been staggered. So none of them are, you know, travelling all the way across 2-3 boards. Also, good amount of screws. Don't skimp on screws. There's just no point. Just do the job right. And all that's left now is to skim it.